Hey, my name is Sam Leicht, and today I'm going to take you through some of my favorite exercises. Welcome back to Lightning Health. Today we are doing a weighted glute workout. For today's workout, you're going to need a box or a chair that you can stand on, and you are also going to need a weight. This weight can be a little bit heavier today because we are not going overhead with it. I'm using a 45-pound weight. How this is going to work is I'm going to go through all of the movements unweighted to start. Then I'm going to do all of the movements weighted. So if you want to skip to the weighted section, you can go to the timestamp in the description, or you can use the unweighted section as a warm-up. For a full workout, I would suggest doing the weighted section anywhere from 2 to 4 times, depending upon the weight that you're using and the volume of training that you've been doing. Alrighty, first movement we are going to do is the Stagger Romanian deadlift. So we're going to find our deadlift position, feet underneath our hips, feet facing straight forward. From here, we are going to put our left foot into a stagger start. So I'm going to have that foot down on the ground, just the ball of my foot on the ground, but I'm not putting my weight into that foot. The majority of my weight will be on that right foot, and the majority of the work being done will be that right leg, right? From here, I'm gonna have my hands behind my head. I'm going to soften my right knee, send my hip back, feel my lower back stay nice and tight, feel a big stretch in my hamstring, feel a big stretch in my glute, and then stand. So from the side, that's 1. We're gonna go down, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's switch legs. And down. 1. So I don't care how low you go. 2, as long as your lower back is staying nice and tight. 3, think about pulling those arms back so our upper back is staying nice and tight too. 4, 5, and 6. Next movement is going to be kneeling to standing. So this is going to seem pretty remedial, but it's actually a really difficult movement once we start weighting it. So we are going to go down on our left leg, down on our right leg, up on the left. In this position, drive through your heel, really squeeze your glute, and stand. We're gonna do 6 on the left, and then we'll do all 6 on the right. So I'm really feeling that in my left glute. 3, 4, 5. Especially when we weight this, you're really gonna feel it in your core too. 6. Good, down on the right. Up on the right. 1. 2. 3. 4, think about that knee tracking out over your toe. 5. And 6. Next we have the Kickstand Squats. So if this is too difficult for you, absolutely just do a normal squat, do it on a nice tempo, 3 seconds down, hold at the bottom for 3, and 3 seconds on the way up. But this Kickstand Squat is a very good progression to get to a single leg squat. So it's a similar position to the single leg Romanian deadlift. I am going to be in that kickstand or that stagger position, right? And from here, I only want to go down as low as I can keep my back nice and tight. I'm going to send my weight into my heel of my supporting foot, that left foot. From here, I'm going to squat down and stand. That's 1. Really feel it in my glutes, feel it in my lower back. 2. So sometimes what happens, that's 3, is that when I get to the bottom, I'll lose tension, right? That's what we want to avoid. It still happens to me sometimes, but it's something that I want to be thinking about. 4, 5, and 6. So the majority of the work is being done on that left foot. Alrighty, let's switch feet. Stagger that left foot, all the weight into my right foot. Squat down. 1, thinking about that knee tracking out over my toe. Nice thing about this over a pistol. 2, we have a little bit more control over what that range of motion is and making sure that our knee is staying in a nice safe position. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next movement is going to be the weighted lunge to balance. So obviously it's going to be a lot more difficult when we actually weight the movement, but to start for body weight, you're going to think about taking a nice big step backward, gently tapping our knee to the floor, and then nice explode up to a balanced position. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's switch feet. Big step back with the left. Gently tap that knee to the ground, then explode up. Oop, that wasn't my best. 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, and 6. And then our last movement is going to be the box step up. So box step ups are going to seem pretty easy, especially without weight. But I want you to think about finding a box that makes a 90-degree angle with your legs so that we're keeping our knee nice and safe. And then when you go up onto that box, I want you to think about that knee tracking out over your toes. So if our knee's caving in at all, that's going to be a pretty precarious position for our knee. So I want to think about that knee tracking out over my toe and driving through my heel to stand up so that I really target my glute. Alrighty, left foot and up. 1, 2. I think about leaning into the step up a little bit more. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's switch legs. Bonus points for if you control the way down. 1, control that way down. 2, oops. 3, reset that foot. I almost forgot. 4, I probably did forget on that first one. 5, and 6. Alrighty, let's move to weighted. To start, we have that single leg Romanian deadlift in a stagger position. So we're gonna pick up that weight, hold that in the front of our body, stagger my right foot. From here, I'm gonna soften my left knee, send my hips back, feel that big stretch in my hamstring, keep my back nice and tight, and stand. That's 1. 2, make sure you're doing that extra little pause at the bottom. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Switch feet. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The really good thing about this workout is even if you have 2 lighter dumbbells, you can still do this workout by having those dumbbells and resting them on your shoulders, and you're gonna get a similar response. Next we have my favorite, kneeling to standing. So we're gonna bring that dumbbell and place it on our front rack position. So think about holding it on your chest. From here, I'm going to go down on my left leg, down on my right, up on my left, drive through that heel, and stand. We're gonna do all 6 on the left, and then we'll do the right. 2. I always feel this in my core. 3. 4. 5. Control that descent so we're not hurting our knees. And 6 on the right. Down. 1. 2. Grab through that heel. 3. Really great work for your lower back. If you have lower back pain, these are great to do. 4. 5. Last one. And 6. For this next movement, we're going to keep that weight in our front rack position. We're going to be doing that kickstand squat. So let's kickstand our right foot this time. And we are going to send our hips back. Keep our weight in our heel of our left foot. Go down only as low as you can go. You can control it and stand. So I'd say like 20% of my weight is in my right foot, but we want to really isolate that left foot. 2. 3. 4. 5. Last one. And 6. Think about that lower back position. Again, it's still hard for me. 1. 2. 3. I definitely don't want the heel of my working leg to come up. Stay back on that heel. Maybe that was 4. 5. One more. And 6. For these reverse lunge balances, we are going to give our front rack a break and we are going to hold that dumbbell down to our side. So if I'm working my right leg, if my right leg is going back into that lunge, I'm going to have that weight in my left hand. So from here, I'm going to take a big step back with my right. Explode up, use that weight for balance. That's 1. 2, I'm still thinking about loading that spring on the way down. 3, exploding on the way up. 4, if you're not touching your knee to the ground, I want you to really think about why, because that lower 2 inches to get to the floor is actually the hardest part about the lunge. 6, I'm protecting my knee by really slowing it down. 7, I want you to try and get that full range of motion. And 8, good, let's switch hands. Switch legs, here we go. Left leg goes back. Big lunge. Explode up. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. Last one. And 8. Good work. For this last movement, we're going to go back to our front rack position for that weighted box step up. I'm going to put my left foot onto the chair. Think about driving through my heel, lean into that movement, and stand up, and then control the way down. That's 1. Lean into it. 2. I'm really feeling my glute in this movement. 3. If it's feeling easy, probably means that you're jumping off of your supporting leg. I want you to think about leaning into that working leg. That's 4. 5, think about driving that knee over your toe. And 6, let's switch legs. Drive through that heel, knee over toe. 1, control that way down. 2. 3. 4. 5. 5. Last one. And 6. Like I said, I would use that bodyweight section as your warm-up and then use the weighted section as your first set of glute exercises for the day. Then I would suggest going to that timestamp that you find in the description and doing that weighted section 1 to 3 more times depending upon your training volume and the weight that you are using. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I loved working glutes with you. Don't forget to leave me a comment below and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.